Hey, quarantine peeps. I wanted to do the O.W.L.s Readathon last month, but I didn't have time, so I guess we're doing this in May because I have time now. So, if you aren't already aware, there's a community on Instagram called Bookstagram, and don't look me up there if you know me in real life, because I don't want to share those details with you. Um, but actually, Bookstagram is a community on Instagram where basically people share pictures of books and people with books and pets with books, and it's a great time because you get to talk about books. So there are a number of different kind of like community activities that happen, and Book Roast has a channel on YouTube. I think there's a subsection of YouTube called BookTube as well, and I guess maybe I'm joining it inadvertently. And she hosts a readathon based on Harry Potter prompts once a year. And I missed it last month. It was supposed to happen in April, but my justification is that everything in Canada gets here later. So I'm just going to do it in May. And I chose a career for the readathon. I chose spellmaker. And the key traits for that career are logic, enthusiasm, passion, and inventiveness. And hopefully those all describe me, or at least what I want to be. So without further ado, I'll just go through my TBR list for the month. And I'm hoping to read a few more, including The Burning Light from the Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks. Highly, highly recommend that series if you haven't already read it. Feel free to chat with me in the comments. And I'm just stalling. Okay, so Ancient Runes is the first owl that I need to complete for this prompt. And the Ancient Runes prompt is the heart rune. So it asks you to find a book with a heart on the cover or in the title. And for this one, I got actually like a ton of Archie comics from my roommate. She kindly gifted them to me, and this one has good old Cheryl Blossom on the cover with some hearts. So that fills the prompt for me. Nice, easy, short read to start us off. There's also Arithmancy, which says magical qualities of the number 2, which has like balance and opposites as kind of a theming. So the book prompt is to read something outside of your favorite genre. And for that book, I'm reading a book that I found in the Find store, which is just a thrift store near my parents' house. And it's called Asian Mira by Marianne Fredrickson, and it just looks quite intriguing, and I'm excited to read it and figure out what it's about. The next prompt is astronomy, and so for that prompt we're taking night classes, and the prompt is to read the majority of the book while it's dark outside. That's usually not a problem for me because I tend to struggle with insomnia at times, so I thought a nice easy romance would be a good book to read for that. I read this is from the Bay Crate January box, which was themed as Once Upon a Time, and I love fairy tale retellings, so once I saw that the item was this cute small purse, and I love cute small purses, I just decided to go for it and buy my first book box, and I was not disappointed at all. So this one's called My Darling Duke by Stacey Reed. It's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which, I mean, honestly, they can be a little bit overdone because it's such a popular fairy tale to retell, but the other book in the box was really good, and I'm actually really excited to read this one. The author looks really interesting, so hopefully it'll be good. And I think I can read that one mostly at night. I think it's pretty short, so hopefully I won't be up too late. The next book, or the next prompt, is for Charms, and the prompt is Lumos Maxima. I'm going to pull out my McGonagall wand because it is one of my most prized possessions. Just admire this beauty. It's amazing. And as you might know, Lumos Maxima is a charm in the Harry Potter books, which spills forth white light from the wand. I couldn't think of a better way to say that. And for that one, I am going to finally read Summer and Bird, which was lent to me. This is by Catherine Catmull. And this book was lent to me by a dear friend for my birthday last August, and I still haven't gotten to it, so this will be a good excuse to read it finally. It looks really, really interesting. I think it's kind of like maybe got elemental magic in it, which I always am a fan of. Well, if it's executed properly, and it usually is. And the next prompt is for divination. The third eye is kind of the idea there. So for this one, we're asked to assign numbers to your TBR, which is your to be read list, and use a random number generator to pick. So I just grabbed 15 books from my shelf that I was like, I wouldn't mind reading that this month. And I'm actually really happy with the one I got, Shanghai Girls by Lisa C. This is actually one of the first books that I ever featured on Bookstagram, along with Girl in Translation. This is actually one of my all-time favorites. But this was a gift from another friend as maybe a birthday present, and I still haven't read it, so I am really excited to read it. And also Lisa C commented on one of my pictures on Instagram, which was crazy. It's really cool that you can connect with authors in addition to other readers who love the same books as you do. So if you like reading and you like photos of books, then I suggest giving it a try if you haven't already. But who am I kidding? This is on BookTube. You've probably already heard of it. So the next prompt is for History of Magic. I'm reading from my nice little list. This is my 2019 planner that I never used, so I'm repurposing it. That's my roommate talking to the cats in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. So History of Magic, Witch Hunts. So we're looking for a book featuring witches and wizards, and I thought I would go back to Terry Pratchett, Weird Sisters. This was the first Terry Pratchett Discworld book that I ever read. I mean, I think I tried a History of Magic at one point, and that's a terrible idea. Everyone who's ever read any Discworld books says, do not start with the History of Magic. But I get my dear friend who recommended Summer and Bird to me recommended that I start with this one. It's a retelling of Macbeth, and it's quite witty and brilliant. So I thought it would be really fun to reread, especially now that I've read quite a few more of the Discworld novels. They're really good on audiobook for long car rides, just in case you were wondering. Also, they're always available, and you don't have to read them in order. When I say always available, they're always available through Edmonton Public Libraries with the Overdrive or Libby app. So you can get the audiobook or the ebook for a selection of Discworld books at any time. So they're just really nice and convenient, easy reads. Plus, they're hilarious. Long live the memory of Sir Terry Pratchett. All right, and actually, this last one, Transfiguration Animagus Lecture, book series that includes shapeshifting, is also by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. It's Good Omens. I wanted to reread it. This is a book that is dear to my heart, and I'm looking forward to revisiting it after seeing the TV series. So I guess that's it. I really don't know what I'm doing, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll put some links in the description if I can figure out how to do that. No promises. Just about the O.W.L.s Readathon, in case you're interested in joining along with me a month late, or if you just want to read more about it. There's lots of really fun lore building for the Readathon. So have a great day.